Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. I know I took off from one upload last week. I was just so behind on content creation, and then the weather was super nice, so I really just wanted to take a break to enjoy it and not feel any pressure to create content because I didn't want it to feel like rushed or not well thought out. So that's why I didn't have two uploads last week. But this week I am taking a concept from one of the suggestions from a subscriber, Sarah. Thank you so much for this suggestion. She suggested that we do my top 10 palettes currently. I went through my collection and I was like looking for what I would be putting in this video. And currently I only have a top 5. This isn't to say anything bad toward these other beauties up here. It's mostly that I'm just like really in a groove. If I'm, reaching for something, like I have a set staple stack that this is what I'm reaching for. Whereas my other palettes, for the most part, like I'm having to be mindful to rotate those in. So I decided to stick with the top 5 because those are the ones that I'm going to be reaching for when I'm doing, my everyday makeup, or when I just want to use what I want to use. These are the ones that I want to use currently. Keyword currently. This is always subject to change. It always does change. If you're a makeup lover, then you know how that goes. Just realizing this is like the longest intro ever. If you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Megan, and my intros normally aren't this long. That being said, if you like makeup, if you like me, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and we're gonna go ahead and jump into the content. So the first palette that I want to start with is from Natasha Denona. It is the Mini Gold. This is like obviously one of my favorites. I'll try not to say that 1,500 times. But it is. I love this whenever I want to reach for anything with like a green tone, the olives. Like this is the one that I want to reach for. These mattes blend out really beautifully, and these shimmers are just gorgeous, my friends. They are gorgeous. I freaking love them. I've loved every single look that I have created with this. I know, you don't get a lot of versatility, but some of these shades, like this shade, once you get it on the eye, it pulls more of like a grungy, olivey undertone. It's really pretty, and it's one that I honestly feel like you could just wear all over the lid as a one and done if you really wanted to. I almost did that the other day, actually. But yes, anytime I'm wanting those kind of tones, this is what I'm reaching for. And even though these pans are small, the Mini is much smaller than I had ever imagined it would be. When I got my first one, I was like, these are tiny. But realistically, I guess now more than ever, I'm leaning more towards smaller items because then I'll realistically be able to finish them. So I'm not mad about it. These are also 25 bucks. I think they're a great way to try the Natasha Denona formula. If you are curious, it's a great little gateway, if you will. But yeah, so this is one that I currently love reaching for. The second one that I'm really enjoying reaching for is the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. I typically reach for this whenever I want to do anything in the green or purple color family. This is in my project Huda Beauty, but I don't feel like, I thought I would use it more with it being in the project, but I'm not. But every time I want to do something green, purple, like a taupe with a purple pull, this is what I'm reaching for. The mattes blend out so beautifully. They're so pigmented. In general, I really love the Huda Beauty formula. This is the, I believe, no, I bought Naughty Nude after this. But this is Huda's, one of her newest releases for her bigger palette. And I'm honestly really happy that I have it in my collection. I think that these shimmers are just, oops, I dipped in the goopy one. I've been meaning to actually use that in a body lotion because I don't like it. But look at these. Like, so freaking beautiful, and they look this stunning on the lid as well. I also, like, with all these palettes, I don't experience any creasing or anything like that. They're really great for longer wear, except for this shade, the one that's like the Petri dish. I think it's really beautiful, and it does enhance the shadow on the eye. But personally, when I wear that dewy shade, my makeup only lasts about an hour before it begins to crease. So to me, it's not worth it. But yeah, I mean, these shimmers are just so yummy. Highly recommend if you're into a pink, purple color story, this is your gal. Up next, I'm really reaching for lately my Scott Barnes palette. This one is the Snatural Volume 1. I love this. It has quite a bit of use. We even have some pans in it. This is just a really great one for all kinds of occasions. It's beautiful for a like light neutral look. You can also do something really vampy. You can do something glam. You can do something grungy. Like, it's really just an all-in-one, I feel, which you wouldn't think, because a lot of people look at us and be like, oh, this is a basic bitch. Maybe, but you can do a lot with it. Like, this shimmer down here is so pretty. I wore this to a concert we went to the other weekend. So stunning. These gold tones are just, whoa. And I don't really wear the red a lot just because I don't really like that tone on me. But if you're into that tone, it is really beautiful. But yeah, it all just, the shimmers really pack a punch in my opinion, and they're so, like, you can't really tell in this lighting, but in natural lighting, they are so sparkly. It is absolutely stunning. These pans are also like pretty deep, so I know this is a more pricey palette, but I feel like you do get a pretty good bang for your buck. It took a lot of work to get the 3 pans that I do have in it. And I plan to be kind of like mindful of this one to see if we can't hit a few more pans over the year. But yeah, this is one that I love reaching for. I've yet to be, you know, well, I was disappointed one time when I did a look, but I just think that's because I was having a bad day and the color combination wasn't working for me. But for the most part, I've created a lot of looks with this that I really love. So yeah, again, Scott Barnes Snatural Volume 1. Okay, so the next one is the Natasha Denona Biba palette. I love this. It's one that I think is worth it. It is just, there's something about this color story that is so captivating to me. These mattes blend out really well. The cream to powder is gorgeous. The shimmers are stunning. Everything works so nicely. You don't have to put in any work to get a look that you want. I also just feel like, and maybe it's just me, I feel like the color story is like pretty unique for a neutral palette. You get a lot of cool undertones as well as some warm undertones, and I really like that. I've created some really gorgeous cool tone looks, and like this one, it's gray, but paired with some of these other colors, it can even pull a little taupe, which I really like. I love the shade taupe. I think it's so beautiful, especially when you lean on the cool side. But yeah, I really love this one. This is one that I love using it, and I want to use it more. It's one that I have to be like, hey, we need to chill out because I need to rotate some of my other palettes in. And that's how I've been feeling a lot lately. I'll get into that in another video coming up, but my project panning update. But I'm really just feeling like there is a certain stack or niche of palettes that I want to use all the time, and I want to have, and I want to keep. And then there are a lot of other palettes that, you know, I enjoy having. It's fun to rotate them in, but I almost feel like I wouldn't miss them if they were gone type of situation. As a makeup lover and content and beauty creator, I'm going through some growing pains right now and trying to figure out what I want. So yeah, but I love this palette so much. It's one that I would love to see just like destroyed. Like it's one that I want to pan the absolute shit out of. But it's also like, you know, I have tons of palettes and only 2 eyeballs. So it's like finding, you know, that balance. And I think that, you know, I do have a decent I've got a decent dick, you guys, so no, but I have a decent dip in this shade and a decent dip in this shade, so they're potentially ones that I'm going to be rotating in as focus shades coming up. But yeah, I really love this one, and the price point is redonkulous, I know. But Natasha Denona does usually do really great sales during Black Friday, so that could be a great time to pick it up if you're interested. I know Sephora does their 20% off sales. That's another time you can get a discount on it, but this is one that I really, really love. The last one, and I almost wonder if y'all can, if you follow me on IG, then you can probably guess this one. It is the PatrickTa Major Dimensions palette. This one has been a struggle for me to put down. I used it for a whole week at one point, and I wasn't tired of it. I didn't want to rotate it out. I don't know if I even want to use the term basic. It is neutral, but I personally, if you cannot tell, love neutrals. But it also just packs a different punch with these topper shades, and I'll show you guys. Obviously, I love them. I have a couple pans. And they probably don't even really look like much on my fingers, but when you get them on the lid, they're like a wet consistency, and they take any neutral look that you just did from like a 5 neutral look to like a 12. Like, they are so yummy. And these mattes are pigmented as hell, first of all, so you don't need a lot, which I would prefer to build stuff up, but that's just because I'm like, I love applying makeup. But with these, they are pigmented, so you don't need a lot. So like, realistically, like, this palette is gonna last you a really long time. This is one that I would, if it's available during the Sephora sale, I would recommend fucking snagging it. It is so good. I cannot say enough good things about it. I love it. It's definitely, you guys heard it first. It might be taking the front runner in my collection. This might be my favorite palette in my whole collection. Which is crazy because I was so certain that I was gonna hate it that Sephora refunded me instead of sending me a new one when it came broken. And now I'm like, I think this is like the favorite palette in my collection. Like, I feel like it might be. I just love it. I always want to reach for it. I'm never disappointed with the look. This is a great one that you can even just, you know, slap on a cream and a little bit of the shimmer, or just wear the cream, or just wear this. Like, it is so beautiful. I'm obsessed. And that's, yeah, that's all I have to say about it. I'm obsessed. So yeah, those are my top 5 palettes in my collection currently that I am using. Like I said, this can differ from, you know, time to time, because there are times when I'm feeling like a different palette up there and I'm using it a lot more frequently. Like some of my Huda like 9 pans, I do that with those sometimes more frequently. But those are what I'm wanting to reach for all the time right now. So I thought that I would share those with you. Those are my favorite. Those are my top recommendations. If you're thinking about, you know, picking a new eyeshadow palette up here soon, those are the ones that I would recommend. I cannot get enough of them. And I never thought I would be able to ever bring it down to 5. I'm low-key shooketh, y'all. I'm shook. But anyways, I'm going to let you go because I've chatted enough. As always, thank you guys so much for watching if you did. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.